I went to grad school to get my MFA in directing, and while I was in grad school, a guy named Robin McFarker was brought in to teach a couple of weekend workshops in stage combat, and I picked up a sword, and it was like a marriage made in heaven. I was like, oh my gosh, I really love this. And so that was where I went from directing to this kind of subset of directing, of being a fight director.
Our Masters of Fine Arts acting degree here has classical acting as a focus because of our relationship with the Illinois Shakespeare Festival. And Shakespeare wrote a lot of fights into his plays. So it's important that we teach our actors how to execute those fights safely.
In terms of an audience point of view, the fights absolutely have to be believable. From our perspective, they also have to be safe. That's super important. Especially when you're doing 8 performances a week, you want to make it to the next performance.
Safety is the primary consideration, but that has to be balanced with believability. I mean, if it's so safe that I don't believe the characters are in danger, then I'm not doing my job. I want the actors to be safe, but I want the audience, thinking the characters are in a life and death situation.
I tell everyone it's not really a fight because it's planned out carefully. It's more of a dance. There's actual choreography, and it's called fight choreography, and requires the guidance of a knowledgeable fight director, and we have that in Paul Dennhardt.
In Shakespeare's plays, these fights often occur at very climactic moments. This is where this conflict between these two foils, this antagonist and protagonist, gets resolved. Part of my job is to keep people guessing about that for as long as possible.
It's another tool in my chest that makes me marketable to directors and theaters around the country. If I have these skills, especially in classical theater, it just makes me that more hireable.
I think what's wonderful about Paul is that he is so accessible and generous and humble, that it's rare to find the combination of that sort of accessibility with the experience and the level of his professional achievement, that he brings.
Sounds a bit cliche, but Paul's reputation definitely precedes him, and as a stage combat choreographer, as a fight choreographer, he's in demand all over the country, and that was a huge selling point for me to be able to come here and train with him.
I've taught as a full-time tenured professor at 3 different universities and as an adjunct at many others, and I got to say the students at Illinois State University are the best students I've ever taught. There's a kind of a fire in the belly that they have. There's a passion, a kind of grittiness, a work ethic, I think, that is for some reason superior to the other institutions that I've taught at.
State your passion.
State your passion.
State your passion at Illinois State University.